Well, I'm sitting over here with my best furry gray friend, Gracie. Right, Gracie? Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, she's a good girl. Well, Ellen was reading the newspaper the other day, and so for anybody here who gets the local rap, they're still spreading. Yeah. This gentleman right over here is our local little fire ant expert. And he says, on the Big Island, they are still spreading. We're mostly in the windward side, but there are pockets elsewhere. Apparently the ants tend to like moisture, and he said they aren't spreading as much as they were because they tend to spread better when it's raining, I guess, and the drought here is sort of limited that. But I'll tell you, there was a day when I thought up here I was fire ant free. We didn't have no fire ants. And one day I got too close to the neighbor's boundary cutting bananas and whacking away on a stalk over there with a machete and got my bananas and I threw them over my shoulder and I come back to the house and then oh man, my neck burns. Little fire ants. Yes, who are in the neighbor's property and they have been encroaching over the fence line into this property. Working over on the other side, same situation. I was cutting branches from an old mountain apple back there, and next thing I know, in the neck, on the chest, it burns. At first I thought maybe I'd gotten into the oxalic acid out of philodendrons. I had been working with some red philodendron back there, and I'd gotten the juice on me. That's what I thought it was at first, but fire ants. They're over there on that side too. You have to be pretty darn careful. I refer to myself here in the nursery as being a Nazi about plants, anything coming onto the farm. I don't let compost come onto the farm. I don't let hardly anything come onto this property, and still I'm getting them because they're spreading from both sides. When we treat the boundaries and the perimeters and so on, but I cannot convince my neighbor that he needs to do something about it because he's living in California. Now, if he ever had an experience like I had, I was standing on his fence line over there right on the edge of our properties, and I was trimming with a weed whacker, and I suddenly got an urge to take a leak, and so I went ahead and I whizzed down a bush, and fire ants fell into my pants and got onto my testicles and bit my scrotum. And I'm telling you, if the neighbor ever had that experience on his property, getting his ball bag bit, he'd probably do something about him, but that's the problem. He's out of area. I can't convince him. He doesn't get it. Okay. And then there are people who live here, and I've seen it. They just throw their hands up. They go, "Oh no, you can't do nothing. It's endless. It's hopeless. Can't fix it." I take it they don't grow fruit, okay? Because if they had trees and they had to go out and bring things down from the trees, the fire ants are up in the trees, and so they get all bit to heck. They might think about it. I assume they don't keep pets because fire ants and pets are absolutely a no-no. Right there is a picture, and you can see this poor cat has a cataract. It's not a pun. On its eyeball over here. And what that's from? It's being bitten by fire ants. They get into the pet's eyes. I have seen dogs fully blinded. Cats maybe a little bit better, maybe at getting them out. I don't know. But, Gracie, she has her scars before she got here to our farm. Yeah, she encountered fire ants, and so she's got a cataract. Lucky for Gracie, it's on the side of the eyeball, and so it's not affecting her straightforward vision. Her vision is still probably pretty good. But she has a mark over here on the side, and it's pretty bad. If it went across the front, it would pretty much blind the cat. Hey, Gracie, you come running up to see me? Where's Ellen? I need her help. Come on, Ellen, we got the cat. She's right here.
Hey, sweetie cat, what you doing? Huh?
She come running up to see Bill. Yeah. She said, Bill gonna pet me? No, Bill's gonna take a picture of your face. Gonna try, at least.
Sweetie cat. Yeah, you my sweetie cat. Yeah, you're just the bestest cat in the whole world, huh? And you're dusty. Yeah, I feel your dust. Yeah, you want to go back in your dust hole? Huh?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see on the corner of Gracie's eye right here, there's a gray spot. It's sort of a cataract, and it's caused by fire ants. They bit her before she got to our place. We control fire ants here because they can blind the pets, but she had damage. These ants can actually blind your pets. And so I don't know. There's so many dogs and cats around here. I can't imagine that people are either they're unaware that these cataracts on their animals are because of the ants, and they don't go to the vet, so they don't find out. I don't know, or they just don't care. I'm not sure if it's a disconnect. They're not understanding what's happening, or what it is, because I actually don't know very many people here on this island personally that I talk to that actually treat for fire ants. Yeah, I mean, guys who are in business like myself, we got to. Yeah, if you got a nursery, if you're doing fruit operations or whatever you're doing, you cannot have fire ants. You are out of business if you got them. Yeah, and so economically, they're a disaster. I mean, they're not impossible to get rid of. Okay, but they are a real disaster if they get into your stuff. You get one of your customers bitten by those things or something, and you even get sued. Oh my goodness! But that's the one aspect. The economic one's bad, but the pet aspect is just pathetic. I mean, I wish there was something I could have done for Gracie, but this happened before she got here, and so that was before our time. And like I say, and lucky that it doesn't sit in the middle of the eye. I have a floater that's in the middle of the eye, and I know what that does. It's not good. It makes it pretty hard to see sometimes. Yeah, well, so I'll put a link to the county's suggestions on how we deal with the little fire ant. Okay, there's a website. Cover it better than I ever could, but in short, what we are being requested to do, it's not what everybody's doing, but what we're being requested to do is to bait first twice with growth regulators. You use Tango. Tango is a insect growth regulator. It will keep the juveniles from being able to mature in the colony, and so they can never reproduce again. Everybody stays juvenile. It's a nice way to go. It's not poison, and the other aspect of it is that ants are fairly intelligent as a colony, and they will usually figure out when they're being poisoned. Well, with Tango, they just don't seem to get it. And so the colonies are then worn down to a bare minimum, and they grow smaller and smaller because they can't reproduce daily. And then after that, we're recommended to use a carbaryl form of insecticide, but it will be embedded in a bait. It's not being sprayed. Can't think of the name of it. What the fuck they call that stuff? Yeah, the name of the bait commercially is Amdro. Amdro. It works for a little fire ant. It's broadcast. Yeah, it takes me, I think about 4 bags to an acre, roughly, is what I'm going through around here to broadcast the stuff. So it's not being sprayed. Now, there are guys walking around here, some of the landscape guys and that, who are using biflorin, using insecticides, carbaryl type insecticides through sprayers or foggers. Now, the fogged insecticides actually work really well on the Asian tiger mosquitoes. Yeah, it's very effective for that particular critter. As far as how well that works against the little fire ant, I'm not actually sure. It isn't the recommended process. I can tell you that much. Okay, it's baiting is what's being suggested by our county. But Gracie's sitting right out here in front of my camera. There she is, and proof positive, huh? Yeah, she's a good kitty, and she's been here the entire time as I'm shooting videos. She just wants to hang out. And if you got a cute kitty like that, you don't want your cat looking like this. No, you don't want that to happen to her. So, see what you can do about those fire ants. Yeah, see what you can do about them, because honestly, if you got them, the problem isn't just yours. They're over the fence, lying on the neighbors. They're all around you. I had a neighbor to the rear who was using Amdro behind me, and that was nice because it stopped them from moving from that direction. Well, then she got in a tussle with the husband, and next thing you know, they pulled on a divorce, and they have abandoned the property back there, and nobody's treating the ants anymore. So, all right, Gracie, nobody's treating the ants back there, and so we're starting to see them show up on the back fence line. Yeah, it's not just your problem. It's the entire island, and it's definitely the entire district. Puna, got them bad, man. And really, don't give up. It is possible. I mean, I had them. They had encroached in here, and I have to periodically go back out after them, but we do not have them at the moment. I have no fire ants on this farm. They got them on both sides of me, but I don't have them in here. But, you know, to keep them back, I got to keep pushing them back towards the neighbors because they aren't doing anything about it. So, talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends. The more people in a given area take the whole situation seriously, the easier it's going to be, because when you got a bunch of people and a bunch of properties dealing with this, that really pushes them back out. And again, don't forget, they could have blinded my cat, Gracie. That's how bad this is. Okay? Hang loose, folks.